teach the whole world music. To sing a simple melody. To sing about all the joys and good times, yeah. You see, that's the way God meant for it to be. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play. You don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. I'd love to sing a song for all the children. They are our future. Can you see? Take a little time out for the baby. And teach them about love, hope, and prosperity. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't.
Hi, Reedy. Hi.
Hi,
Hello,
hello,
everybody.
y'all.
All lives matter. Everybody matters to us. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Point of View with Cleester, Shirley, and Eula is still recuperating. And so we're praying for her, and God is going to bring her back to the show real soon. But she's doing what's necessary in order to recuperate properly. And that's common sense. Okay. So, dear God, as we sit before you to speak, we pray to you that our souls you will keep. And if we should die before we finish, we pray that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. Amen and amen. Read it.
Yes.
Okay. So our subjects today are, what's your subject?
A good man is hard to find.
Ooh wee. I looked everywhere. Where is he, y'all? I looked over yonder, and what did I see? I didn't see one looking back at me. Okay, maybe I didn't
Oh,
have no business looking over yonder. Maybe he's supposed to be looking over
looking
here
over.
to see if I'm looking back at
Look, I'm
him.
trying to say, I'm
But
watching him watching me.
anyway, and mine is family secrets. Whew.
Lord, I must say.
Woo.
That's a
It's
hot one.
hotter than what's say fish grease.
Hot as fish grease.
Hot as
Hey,
fish grease. But God is good to us, and He is. Oh, we're so thankful that He's blessed us to see
amen.
another day. Yesterday it was rainy. Today it's sunny.
Amen. Then today it's rainy here and the sun just come out. It'll go back.
Oh yes, yes,
It'll go
because
back in.
it's still hurricane season, right?
Yes, till November the 30th.
Mm. Ooh, wee, that's a long
And
time.
everybody, please put on your masks.
Yes, please.
Please put on your mask. You know they got another variant out there called the Lambda. The Lambda
Lambda.
variant. Yes, Lambda variant. Yes.
Wow. So
Yes, it
is it?
is.
Ooh,
Is
so
it?
there's one that they say spreads like chicken pox. It's
I,
just as contagious.
I don't know. Why would somebody be knocking on my door right now?
Well, if you need to go. Hi, Eula. You're welcome.
Hold on.
Eula said thanks. So I believe she's watching. Go ahead, Reedy. You need to go to the door. She's going to the door. But anyway, we have some great subjects for you today. Hey, can you see Pickle's house back there? Look back there in Cleester's room back there. You see that house up there? That's Pickles the cat's house.
Yeah, it's Gail. It's Gail. Miss always on the wrong time.
Is she in the house?
Yeah, she's in here.
Oh, does she want to say hi?
I mean, Shirley said, "Do you want to say hi?"
Okay, hi, Gail. Tell everybody
Hello.
hi. Hello, nice to see you.
You too. How are
Well,
you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. So you're
everybody,
gonna,
my friend Gail, friend sister Gail. Yep.
all right. Glad she came over. She's gonna
Uh-huh.
get in on these good topics today.
Yes,
And
indeed.
so,
Good
so we'll be talking, Gail. And
Okay.
so Reedy's is
A good man is hard to find. Woo!
and mine. Who said woo? Was that you?
Oh,
And mine is family secrets.
and
Family
hers is family
secrets.
secrets.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's sometimes that's a taboo subject.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Sometimes there are three types of family secrets, and so I am
Three
going to,
types.
well, according to Sarah Epstein or Epstein, and on Psychology Today, this is just one article, and she says that there are three types of family secrets and how they drive families apart. And I was looking at, happened to be looking at uh, Touched by an Angel yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this episode on, and it was like they had a family secret,
Uh-huh.
and so this man was on his deathbed, and so they found out that there was a secret, and the one who the secret was about, she didn't find out until like right before he transpired. Is that what I'm saying? Transitioned. Okay.
Transition. Okay.
Family secret. So of course, whenever I'm watching something or listening to something, if I see something where there's a good point that comes out, I take time and I write it down. I try to
Mm-hmm.
remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So, three types of family secrets and how they drive families apart. And so, what is Della Reese, her character as an angel? She said, talking about family secrets.
Mm-hmm.
She said, nobody's talking, but everybody knows.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
Nobody's
Nobody's talking, but
talking,
everybody knows. That's
but
right.
everybody knows.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off so Gail can hear it too. Keep sitting down. Okay.
Okay, everybody's talking, but no, nobody's talking, but everybody knows. That's a family secret. And we know our families have secrets, some we wouldn't dare to reveal. And some of the secrets in our families we don't know about because they've been kept so. And then some things we see and we say, what's going on with that? But we won't dare ask
Uh-huh. Yeah.
because you know that there's a show called Uncle something. It's a show about this girl. She went to started going to college where her uncle is a professor, and she didn't have a relationship with him because the family never really told her much about him. He just didn't go visit the family much. So when she started going to college, then she learned and learned to love him, and then she found out why what the family secret was.
He was her daddy.
No,
He
He
was
was
gay.
living an alternative lifestyle. And the daddy was mean and didn't want and disowned him like, you know. You know
Because
how
he was gay.
people do.
'Cause he was gay.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hell,
they
right?
didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it. And so we have things like that that have gone on in our families for years that people didn't dare talk about. But we would see people and we wonder, why she dressed like a man? Or why is he so feminine? Why don't we ever see him with a woman? Why don't we ever see her with a man? And we didn't know a lot of things.
But we were kind of sheltered from that stuff too.
Not
We were
kinda.
sheltered, huh?
For not kinda, but for real sheltered
Yeah, we
from
were
that stuff.
sheltered. We were very sheltered.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And then
So when
if
it was
we
wrong,
and then you know how we were. Hey, if we had something to ask, we just said, Mama, Daddy, why this is mostly Mama? And they said, shut your mouth.
exactly. Yeah. Oh,
And then we wouldn't dare ask, why did you tell me to shut my mouth?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we were very sheltered. We were.
Yes, we were. So nobody's talking, but everybody knows. That's a family secret. And also, one thing she said about secrets, when you fall in love with somebody, when you let somebody into your heart, then they find out. They
Mm-hmm.
find out the secrets that are locked away in your heart. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and secrets can cause problems and they can be a good thing too. So let
Yeah.
me go into this. Relationships with family members come not only from biological bonds, but also from the bonds of maintained connection.
Mm-hmm.
When secrets enter a family, they can either enhance or undermine that connection. And undermine means to go in there and root out and destroy the foundation and make things, disrupt things. So
Mm-hmm.
benign family secrets. Benign means it could be pleasant. You know, it's settled. It's a good thing. Benign family secrets that can increase closeness include things like children sharing a secret language from their parents or family units sharing inside jokes and traditions. And we do have some inside jokes and traditions that nobody knows. The people will be sitting around, and then we know signs and signals, and we know eye contact, we know our facial expressions and things, and then we might sit around somewhere. We don't mean to be rude, but we might like maybe chuckle, or and if it's not a pleasant thing, we have our little looks and things too. And then people looking, what? And we've done that too, to somebody else. What is it? What is it? And because people have their private, secret connections and communication. So secret languages from the parents or family unit sharing inside jokes and traditions. The secrets are rooted in joy and intimate sharing of knowledge. And some things, hey, don't you dare try to get into that part. You know what I'm saying? When we have that connection and we can shut somebody out, they won't even know they shut out.
Yeah, that's true. That is the
And
truth.
they'll feel it. I remember one time, Lan and I were watching, it was a concert at her house. And so we were talking or something. So she had a friend over there. And so then we were talking and he said something and we both just stopped. And he said he felt a cold chill because we were like, how dare you? But we didn't say it and we didn't think it, but just all of a sudden we just stopped what we were doing and he felt that chill. And he told Lan about it later. He never ever. You remember what was it? Was it our psychology teacher or Mr. When he said never ever? Clay, you remember we were in that class together at Grayson.
I don't remember what. I
He
don't
said
remember.
never ever.
Yeah, I
But
remember
anyway,
that. But that never.
but anyway, he never ever has done that ever again. Don't
I
you
know.
dare get it.
We were in a couple of few. We were in a few classes together.
Yeah, yeah. And so it froze him out. It chilled him out. It was made him ice cold. And we didn't intend to do it, but it's just, we have our secret languages and secret things, and don't dare. Don't dare. And I'm sure everybody that's watching and listening can attest to this. There are some things that people you just don't get into with families. You know what I'm saying? Because we have our own communication established and everything, and some people are not allowed in a certain space. Okay, so now, more insidious secrets, however, such as a prison record, sexual abuse in the family, or an extramarital affair, can pull at the fabric of a family and are rooted in the shame of broken rules and taboo subjects. These secrets are often kept to prevent embarrassment, protect a family from judgment, and avoid punishment. These secrets often lead to internal trust issues, increased anxiety, and shame, depending on the degree of the secret. Because some people are forced to keep secrets, like the incest and things that just didn't start, like in the movie The Color Purple. That stuff has been going on ever since
Jesus was a child.
I'm telling you, incest in these families, incest in these congregations and things, not just the church
That's the cause of a lot of drug addictions too.
Yeah. And not just in one denomination, but in every last one of them. Man. And then they've been taboo. Don't you say nothing like that, because we have, thank God, he's opened our eyes. Because there was a time, and there is still in some organizations or some certain places, that these things are taking place, and because of the person, the preacher, the president, or whoever, of whatever organization, whatever business, whatever it is, they're doing things, and children or other people tell them, he or she did this to me. Hush your mouth. Don't you say anything. People are bound, and they're telling them to keep your mouth shut because they don't want to make trouble and don't want to this. Some people, they think if somebody says something, it'll mess them up. They'll lose their job. They'll lose their position. There is so much. So many secrets. And then I thought about Maya Angelou, how when that guy raped her and she told her family, and he disappeared. And she didn't say anything for a long time because she thought that if she opened her mouth, it would happen again. Because she felt like that it was her fault, she was a little girl. This man raped her, and he disappeared after she told her family. But she was supposed to tell her family. So many things go on, and people do things, and then we might tell, or they might tell the parents or the guardians or whatever, and they, oh, don't you say nothing to nobody about it. Well, that's just Uncle so and so. That's just Auntie so and so. That's just this person. That's just him. That's just her. That's just the way they are. But then these minds, the mind is damaged and all that because of these family secrets, because of things that they have been forced to keep inside. And like you were saying, alcoholism, drug abuse, deviant sexual behaviors and all that kind of stuff. All kinds of things can stem from these family secrets.
Amen. Yes, they can.
Whew. Lord God. And I'm thinking about, and like we were talking earlier, if mom and daddy didn't tell me something while they were here with me,
yes, ma'am,
don't nobody come bringing me nothing that my mom and daddy hadn't already told me.
Thank you.
There are some people that
if they have to bet not. If they don't want to visit to their house, they bet not, because I go there.
And so there are, and there are people who think that they're the designated messenger.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what happened. Well, they didn't tell me. Well, how do I know? And then on the other side of that scale, peoples, if you got something going on out there, if you done dipped in a pot and some beans
All
been
over.
boiled over, let the people know. Let your children know. Because I have heard of some situations where children have formed relationships with each other. And then they have to go back and tell them, that's your sister.
That's your sister.
That's your brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cousin.
Yep.
So people, stop keeping these secrets that are necessary to be told from these people. That
Yeah.
means me and you and everybody else.
Everybody. Everybody.
Everybody else. Because I don't have any what is it thing going on out there, but I do have things. Now there are some things that I won't ever tell. I'll take to me grave
Yep.
or into eternity with me because everything is not to be told.
Be told. That's right. That's right.
Everything is not to be told. It can do more harm than it
That's it.
can good. But if you have to do it in order to keep from doing harm, then God will give you the avenue and the wisdom in order for you to do it and do it in the right way.
The right order. Hello.
In the right way. So there will come a time when you need to reveal something,
Mhm.
and he'll tell you who to reveal it to, how to reveal it to them, and then everything will work out like it's supposed to. But then he hasn't designated all these talebearers and all these folk after the fact. They wait till somebody dead and then come up with that's this and that's hers and that's hers and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That doesn't help anybody
Not
unless
unless you want your ass. Oh, hey.
you got me struck. Anyway, these family secrets can be devastating. And then they can be good on the other hand, like like a show that I was watching last night where these people were trying to uh, kill this young lady. So she had a bodyguard. This guy, he was hired to find her, but he didn't really know why he was hired to find her. He thought he was doing good, but they wanted to find her because they wanted to get
Yeah.
something that she had that she didn't know that she had.
So
So
how?
okay, a good thing. You know what I'm talking about? So a good thing is hey, if there is an inheritance somewhere and it belongs to somebody, that's a good thing. So reveal that secret, but you know how to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Reveal that secret, okay? So there are different ways, different types, different things. And some things should never be mentioned. There are some things I believe should never be mentioned. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about if people are molesting children, if they're molesting adults, if they're raping and hurting people and all that kind of stuff. They need to be exposed and they need to be dealt with
Got
because
to.
they're getting away with that stuff right now in these families because people are saying, that's your uncle, that's my brother, and stuff like that's my sister and stuff like that. But honey, God gonna get somebody. He's
Hello.
gonna get somebody. So,
Get
all right. So,
your
these
back.
secrets often lead to internal trust issues, increased anxiety, and shame. There are some things that are really, really awful.
Yeah.
Okay, Cleve, what were you saying?
I just said Jimmy gonna whip your back.
Let's look at these three types of family secrets. Individuals,
Hey, Jimmy
indi-
gonna whip your back.
that's right. Who said that?
Grandma, you said about Miss Jimmy. Jimmy gonna whip your back.
Oh, Marla. Yeah, yeah. Cut your back. Individual secrets, internal family secrets, and shared family secrets, and how they impact families. Number one, individual secrets. An individual secret is a secret kept by one person from the rest of the family and include things like a teenager hiding a romantic relationship, a spouse's extramarital affair, and a family member maxing out credit cards. Notice that in general, individual secrets tend to center on a family member hiding a rule violation. Individuals hide these violations to avoid consequences and possibly to protect others from the pain of the secret and the fact of the violation. And there's some things that I didn't even tell mama that happened. And one thing, people, look, anyway, all right. Individual secrets can lead to immense anxiety within the family. The secret holder may feel anxious about being found out, and the rest of the family may sense that something feels off without being able to pinpoint where the feeling comes from. And sometimes after you pinpoint it, it might be too late.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Holding a secret about one topic may prevent the secret holder from being emotionally vulnerable in other facets of family life for fear letting one's guard down. They may live in fear of being found out.
Uh-huh.
Two, internal family secrets. Internal family secrets involve at least two people keeping a secret from one or many other family members. Examples include parents who hide birthday presents from a child and a father telling his teenage daughter that he plans to file for divorce without telling his spouse. Now, that first one, hiding birthday presents, we'd be so excited about them hiding, mom and dad hiding the Christmas and all of that. And we'd be so excited about that because we knew we had something and it was good. But
Yes.
then, but dad and mama never played us against each other. Well, they never divorced, never that I know ever talked about divorce, and
Uh,
definitely not to us. But dad and mama never would have played us against the other like this, like telling. And people do this. A father telling his teenage daughter that he plans to file for divorce. That's a lot to put on a child
yes,
Yes.
it is. Yes, it is.
without telling his spouse. The internal secret, known by some and not others, creates subgroupings, drawing lines between those who know and those left unaware. In
Uh-huh.
some cases, that line may be appropriate. Parents keep presents a secret to create a sense of joy and surprise for the child on their birthday.
Yeah.
The secret is temporary, motivated by the desire to create joy, and does not undermine the family. However, intergenerational secrets, in which a parent confides in a child and leaves a spouse out of the loop, create strife. The
Uh,
daughter, feeling loyalty to both her
yeah.
father and her mother, may feel she betrays her mother by keeping her father's secret, but betrays her father by divulging it. The
Uh-huh.
daughter cannot maintain loyalty to both parents. That's a bad spot to be in.
Bad
Oh.
spot to put a child
Yes,
in.
it
Yes.
is. This position is called a split loyalty, and it can eat away at a secret holder caught between somebody in the know and somebody left unaware.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
For children, this position is particularly corrosive as it involves one parent avoiding their own spouse and using their child as a replacement confidant. Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible. But it happens every single day. And
Uh-huh.
now the third one is shared family secrets. Shared family secrets are pieces of information known within the family but forbidden to outsiders. Some of
Uh-huh.
these pieces of information, as in the case of family traditions and inside jokes, actually increase closeness and cohesion by creating an internal culture that feels special. That said, shared family secrets are also more likely to center on taboo topics such as abuse within the family, a member's incarceration, or the presence of alcoholism. People cite many reasons for maintaining family secrets, including protecting the family from judgment, dealing with possible consequences, and privacy.
Mhm.
These secrets create a boundary between the family and the outside world and may pressure individual family members to limit their outside relationships to protect against the secret getting out. Family members may feel trapped by the secret and struggle to create close ties outside the family. These types of secrets may also lead families to internalize shame. And we've heard it, and and I don't know what we've done, and we could have done it or not. If they said, well, could I go play with so and so? Or we said, can I go play with so and so? And we didn't go too many people's houses and stay anyway.
Oh, we
And I
did.
didn't let my children do that either. And then, some people say, okay, I'm gonna let you go. But don't you be over there talking about nothing that goes on in this house.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Don't you say anything about anything that goes on in this house. Okay. Big picture consequences of family secrets. Every family has a right to privacy, and determining the question of privacy versus secrecy will look different in every family. Hidden birthday presents, private diagnosis, and internal traditions can draw families together cohesively and lovingly. Family secrets that center on rule violations and taboo subjects, however, tend to create strife. Individual secrets lead to isolation and anxiety about the secret emerging. Internal secrets create factions and often put children in the middle of parental issues.
Yep.
Shared family secrets create a sense of loyalty based not on a sense of connection, but fear and shame, excuse me. But fear and shame. I had to start that over again because I'm getting this OCD. Shared family secrets create a sense of loyalty based not on a secret of connection, but fear and shame that the secret could come out. Families must examine themselves and the way information moves through them. Only then can they come together and start to assess and address the role of family secrets.
Oh, y'all.
And our Cleester, me, being a storyteller, I'm not talking about a liar. When I was little, I said a little too. But anyway, I
Oh, she took up for a share, y'all. Don't let her fool you.
what you say,
Told
Reedy?
us we had a sister named Mary Crackerbox. You told us we had a sister named Mary Crackerbox. We believed you.
Mary Cracker Box. You see,
Sing that,
I
Mary Crackerbox.
see, I had an imagination back then, like I do now.
Yeah, tell me who she look like.
I don't know. Oh yes, we had some days, did we, read it?
Told us we had a sister named Mary Crackerbox.
I have a vivid.
We didn't know we didn't have. We didn't even know Crackerbox was on the name.
I have a vivid imagination. Reedy, I don't think you remember, but talking about family secrets, things we shouldn't tell. And so, I'm a storyteller, writer. We all are. We do things
Yeah,
right and all that.
okay. Yeah.
So when we were little, I'm just gonna say it. Mama was talking to someone about something that had happened. And so me being a little girl, I was listening because she was talking it. She was telling it. And man, I was listening to it. I wasn't listening to be nosy, but I was there when she
Uh,
was telling the story. So, boy, I remembered every bit of it. And I went to school. You know what I'm talking about.
no,
I went to school. It was such a good good it was such a good story. I went to school and told it to the class. Especially and then the one that she was telling the story about, one of my classmates went and told the son, and the son told the mother, and evidently the mother got on mama, and man, did I get it. Woo! But it was such a good story. It was a real
it's
good
her
story.
fault.
Huh?
You made it your own.
I made it my own. Because, honey, I went to school and told it, and I wasn't doing it because I was a little girl. But I remember because Mama was mad at me. Oh, when you know how Mama, when she get mad at us, she be combing our hair and she be yanking our head, and you little wench, you little this, you little. She was mad. She
Beat
was
your ass still.
she was mad at me. Somebody's at the door, but anyway. So,
Mhm.
Rita, go ahead with yours, okay? Go ahead with yours.
Okay, let me
That
get.
might be Amazon. So I'm gonna
No, go ahead. Let me get
go
my
ahead.
eyes first.
Okay, you're in Rita's hands.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Woo. Okay, mine is. I thought you were gonna do.
I'm turning my camera off.
Okay, a good man is hard to find. Okay, you want to really know why a good man is hard to find? Spend a little time with single women in their early to mid 30s, and you'll be grateful you're not one of them. Relationship scene is even more dismal today than it was when I was their age. All the women want serious relationships that lead to marriage, but many of the men they meet do not. All of I can hear. All too often, women move in with some guy, hoping they're on the road to somewhere. 2 years later, he tells her he's not ready for marriage and kids just yet. And then splat, there goes your feelings. But wait, has an online dating made it the mating market easier? Yes. For men, if you really want to hear a woman rant, just utter the words Tinder. I don't know if y'all know what Tinder is because I didn't know what Tinder was. Tinder is a dating app that you go on and it has people's profiles. You swipe right if you like them and left if you don't like them. Now, I did not know this, that there was a dating app. Okay, so now we're going back to this. Single women are made more equal and empowered than ever now. They have unparalleled sexual, reproductive, and economic autonomy. In many years, they're doing much more than men. Just look at the lopsided university graduation rate, which is 60 to 40, which is 60 to 40. And yet, a large number of young women admit their private lives are a sad mess. Did you know what Tinder was, Shirley?
Oh, where the people go on there for sex.
I did not know what Tinder was. I
Some
had to look it up.
I saw. I don't know. I think I saw something about. Huh?
You swipe right if you like them and swipe left if you don't. I swipe
Really?
right all day long.
Well, I think I might have seen it
I've
on
never.
TV, and I think I asked the children, "What is this?" I don't know what it is. It's so much stuff they be advertising, and somebody said it's where you go on there for looking
For
for
dating.
sex.
dating. Yes. And okay, now I just found this out. Okay, okay. Now, if you're a gender studies major, stop reading now. Stop listening now, because you're going to hate what I have to say next. I
Okay.
don't. In a nutshell, over the past few decades, the traditional relationship exchange has broken down. It used to be that men and women had each had something that the other really needed. Men needed access to sex, women needed the access to resources. Men couldn't get steady access to sex unless they had the resources to offer. Now I ain't making this up, and everybody know, every woman know that is true. The more money you got, the more sex you get. Yeah. So they worked hard. So they worked hard for them. The partnership between men and women was a great bargain that usually left both sides better off. For men, the sex was traditionally expensive. The, the price tag was a long-term commitment to provide for a woman and children. But today, sex is cheap, and that changes everything. Mm-hmm. This is the premise of a book by a guy's writing a book called Cheap Sex. It's sociologist Mark Retner's sex got cheap because of these three things. God dang it, technological developments. I couldn't say that shit.
Wait a minute, no. I'm way back there. I'm,
And
I'm,
just look at it. Technical.
wow.
I got tongue tied. Shit. Oh Lord have mercy. Help me do this. Because I ain't use my big girl words. Because it ain't coming out right. The event of the pill, which divorced fertility from sex, the onset of mass-produced high-quality pornography, and the arrival of online dating sites, which make it easy for men to find willing sex partners. Tinder. I did not know what Tinder was. How you know what Tinder is? I'm using it. Help me. I don't even know what Tinder. Don't get that wrong. Don't put that on me. No, Lord, she's playing, y'all. She don't know Tinder. I don't know Tinder. All Tinder I know is Tenderoni. I don't know what that means really. Tenderoni. When women complain that marriageable men, sober, steady, good providers, are more hard to find than ever, they may well be right. The marriage rate is falling steadily, especially among the lower middle class, while long-term stable marriage is increasingly a privilege reserved for the better off. A lot of women seem to have their act together these days, but a lot of them don't. I think the most astonishing fact is that I'm aware of in social science right now is that women have been able to hear the labor market screaming out, you need more education. And men haven't heard it one bit. It was whispered. It was whispered, Tad. You might explain the puzzling fact men don't have to prepare themselves as providers anymore. They can get all the sex they want anyway, including online porn on demand. Flick of the button, online porn on demand that can make a real thing feel mildly disappointing. Ask the younger woman and man about porn, and you'll get an earful. Mm-hmm. Like it or not, when I got an audience in here and they are agreeing with a sister today. Hey, where was y'all 2 weeks ago? Since the women's cartel collapsed, women's bargaining power has seriously eroded. That's why so many single women hate Tinder. My daughter said, yep.
Jennifer's in there.
My daughter-in-law.
Oh, hey, Ruby. Hi.
aka Tinder, which has further commodified sex for the benefit of men. Women are just another consumer good in the shop window. It may take a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to raise a husband too. And modern society has largely abdicated from the job. Good husband material doesn't occur naturally, but instead the product in part of socialization, development, and social control. In the domain of sex and relationship, men will act nobly as women collectively demand. Time to get out and get our act together, ladies. If we don't, they won't either. Either.
They just won't.
They just won't.
They just won't.
Uh-huh. If we get straight to the point and skip the BS, I didn't say it. BS, that's only used to soften the blow of painful facts. We can admit it's hard to find a good man. Even if we take our standards, expectations, delusional hopes off the table and really look at the situation for what it is, we can clearly see that we are not to blame or the lack of a good man. Nope, we are not. We have society that can take the blame for this one. Unfortunately, our culture has evolved in a way that has made finding a good man tough, and they certainly don't make them like they used to.
No.
They really don't
They
make them like they.
don't.
I think the
No.
last good man I saw was my daddy raised. Dog was the last. I called myself marrying one, but I played myself. I played myself. Was it
Well,
true? I played myself.
you played the player, huh?
I played myself. I played the player. I tell you, so why is it so damn hard to find an awesome guy who's going to treat you right and not bail the first time temptation comes his way? I have 10 reasons why.
Okay.
One, the hookup culture has taken over.
Mhm.
Although I would never knock hooking up, it has replaced dating and even relationships. Men don't want to be with one woman only if they have an entire buffet at their disposal.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
People have too many options, is too. While it's good to have options, it can be bad when there's too many options. At any
Mhm.
sign, a guy can sit down at any dating app and immediately have endless options of women which to choose from. Why, right? Swipe left.
There you go.
Because it's harder to be giving one woman a shot in just a hot minute. The best, number three, the best dating relationship advice on the web is always sponsored. Sponsored by, sponsored by. I got something to sponsor you by. Okay, check out Relationship Hero, a site for highly trained relationship coaches. Get you, get your situation and help you accomplish what you want. Relationship Heroes. I bet they cost relationship money. It takes both of you to pay for them. Okay, four. Lots of guys are holding out for something better. It's a sad thought, but in a world with so many options, people can become immersed in the idea of thinking that maybe might be something just around the corner that's better. Because if that's the case, it's hard to find a man who wants to commit when they're thinking that the next woman he meet could be perfect, whatever perfect is. Five, marriage has become upcoming obsolete. Once upon a time, people couldn't wait to get married, although it was likely due to the fact that they would finally be able to have sex.
Due to the fact that what?
They would finally be able to have sex.
Oh,
Oh.
they provided.
Okay, let me start again.
Okay.
Number
Once
five.
upon a time, number five, Marriage
Uh,
is becoming obsolete.
okay.
For a time, people couldn't wait to get married,
Uh-huh.
although it was likely due to the fact that they would finally be able to have sex.
Right.
That ain't why I got married. But anyway, reality is these days, 'cause I didn't have the sex. That's why the marriage.
Oh, Lord.
He said, please marry me.
Read it. Read it. Woo, boy.
Ah.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
You don't know sex.
I wasn't through number 5 yet.
Oh.
Finally have sex. The reality is these days people are in no rush to get married. So therefore, there's no rush to get into a relationship or settle down.
I'm going to check my door. I'm waiting on Amazon to bring something.
Okay,
I'm gonna, okay.
I still got some more. Go ahead. 6 is some men are intimidated by power, which is true.
Yep.
If a
Yep.
woman is making more than some men will not
Nope.
want to date that woman because he feels emasculated.
Nope.
He doesn't want her to make more money. Therefore, he don't think he can tell her what. It's not about money, men.
Yeah.
It's not about money. Y'all, please call me. Anyway,
Call me today.
some men are intimidated by power. In comparison to the past few decades, women, no, I didn't. And women are more independent than ever. This success and power, for some reason, can be intimidating for some men who could perhaps realize that they'll never be the man that his female partner is. That is so true. It really does.
Immaculate.
It emasculates. Girl, stop. It's intimidating. Some men are intimidated by a woman that makes more money than he does.
Right.
If he's not making all the bread, he don't want to be in that relationship because he feels like she's more of a man because she making more money.
He don't have all the power.
He don't have all the power. That's why he can't. She can spend her money. He spend his, and she can still come up more. That's just sad that men feel like that.
Yep.
That's low self-esteem to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a man with low self-esteem. To me, it is.
Yep.
Okay, and 7, technology has created distance. How can anyone possibly find a good man or anyone at all when we live in a world where technology rules our most intimate relationships are in the or when our most intimate relationships are with our iPhones?
Mm.
We can't. That's my iPhone is my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I need got to marry it. And then number 8, the man child. It is a legitimate problem.
Mm.
A man child is just a modern day term of a man who suffers from Peter Pan syndrome. He does not want to grow up. If he grows up, he'd have to become responsible, get his act together, and even and even maybe find a girl and fall in love. Too many men just don't want to do that. Number 9, everyone has baggage. No one is immune to having a rocky past. Amen. Everybody has baggage, and they don't need nobody thinking they better than somebody else because everybody has baggage. They might not want to tell it, but they got baggage.
Oh, yeah.
They got baggage. And
Yeah.
yes, no one is immune to having a rocky past, and sometimes that past can interfere with how that person moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
If they move forward at all. Messy
Mhm.
baggage can keep even the great guy in hiding for a long time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 10 is being phobic of commitments is accepted. We live in a world where being scared of commitment
Mm-hmm.
is simply became a norm. If a man doesn't want to commit, people are rarely surprised. Since that's the case, they'll just keep on skipping out on commitment and sticking to the hookup culture because it's so accepted, and that's where it's sad. The hookup culture is so sad, but then there's so many women out there waiting for a man on the hookup culture because she got her push-up bra and her tank top on, and her picture.
Yeah.
Her postal picture. Her,
Yeah.
what you call it? What you call it? Her,
Portrait.
no,
Her,
Oh,
her, ah,
oh,
when they
on
go,
Facebook. On
yeah,
Facebook.
what is it? It's their darn it! If I hadn't asked them, I could.
File portrait file.
No,
Uh,
that's I can't think of what I want to try to say. I can't think.
I know.
No,
profile picture.
what I want to say, huh?
Profile picture.
That's their
Profile.
thank you. That's
Yep.
their profile picture. They got on tube tops,
Yeah.
or if they are, no, they might not have on tube tops. That maybe do. You know how they do,
Yep.
and then they swiping right, swiping
Yeah.
right. That because that's the first thing that's what they want. They want the man that first of all they want to get them so they can see if they got any money. If they don't got no money, then they swiping left like a mug.
They want to get there.
They want
to
that.
get 'em in there real
They
quick
want to
with
snatch
all
it in
of
there
this.
with all of this, and
And
then it's over with.
Yep.
So it's really hard for us real women to find a good man. Not that I'm looking. Call me, but anyway.
My number is.
Gail said if I don't answer, her number is.
Oh
Boy,
boy.
oh, I have enjoyed myself today. But that's it. That's what
Oh, wonderful,
that's what
wonderful. And really, and because it has to go back, and we can even go back to like family secrets or raising the children, because the Bible tells us to train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. And then it says that they are to leave the family and father and mother and cleave to the wife, and vice versa. But when he finds a wife, he finds a good thing.
good thing. But
So
they're
it
looking for
it
wives.
huh?
They're not looking for wives. They're looking for Siri, and they looking for what's the other girl name? What's Siri, and what's the other girl name? Siri and
Alexa,
huh?
Alexa.
Alexa. That's what they looking for. Siri and Alexa. They ain't looking for Cleester and Gail.
But you know what? There, if God has something, but you know what I'm
Oh,
gonna say. If He
oh,
has something,
oh,
But I thank God, because people. I remember back in 2013 when my phone rang, my cell phone, and there was a number I did not recognize. And I started not to answer that phone because, I won't answer my phone if I don't know who it is most of the time. But then a small voice said, answer the phone. And I am so glad that I did.
all
I'm
right.
so glad that I
Who
did.
was I know it was. I know it was.
And it's a training. I know it's 159, but I want to say this: it's a training too. It's how these men and women, now some have been trained well, they've been brought up well, and they just stray away from the training they have. But there's some that don't know any better because they haven't been trained to know how to search out a wife and take a wife, one woman, and be faithful to her, or the wife be faithful to the husband, and all that. Is a lot of it has to do with the family, what they got when they were at home or not, and then what they saw at home, and then they have insecurities. Because if the girl saw her daddy beating her mama all the time and he beating them and all that, then there's some confusion there, because she feels like if I marry this person or whatever, he might turn out to be like my daddy. Or if it's vice versa and the mama's mistreating or playing off on the daddy. So it has so much to
And
play into every one of those situations.
but
Am I?
that they can't get to the man for the mama
Yeah.
You,
because the mama is making him her man.
Yep.
oh, that is so true. That
So
is so true. And
they
really,
can't get to him for that.
and
And you said what you say to my mama. If my mama say so, then I'm gonna talk to my mama first.
Yeah. We ain't
oh
Yeah,
my goodness. But you know what? And then you remember anything happens, they usually blame us. Like the man didn't have anything to do with it. It's
Yeah,
us. And you remember that
yeah.
saying that they have, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
I just said that. Remember, that was in mine.
I must have been up.
That was
But
up.
then I saw another thing that somebody posted, said, why buy the whole hog when you can get a piece of sausage? I, I said, I said, now
Yes,
I need to make me a pumpkin stick.
they turned the tables on them because they're always talking about the women.
yep,
Always talking about us
it,
and faulting us. Even the woman that they caught in, we caught this lady in adultery, Jesus. What you gonna do about it? Now, how you, they must have been standing around looking,
look it. That's right.
and
That's
weren't
right.
they
Uh,
participating in it? Who's
yeah.
to know? Jesus, what you gonna do about it? And what does the Bible tell us? Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground. And while he was writing, they tipped off one by one. So
Hello.
hey, it's not our fault all the time. It takes
Oh,
two, what they say, takes two to tango.
to the
And
tango.
then
Yes.
it has to do a lot with our upbringing and everything. And then ladies, and I tell ladies, I have learned throughout the years, we have learned throughout the years that we don't have to submit our bodies in sexual activity in order to get a man. If he wants us, if he truly wants us, he will wait on us. He will say and perform those matrimonial vows with me and before God,
Hello.
and make that commitment. If
Mm-hmm.
he truly
If he,
wants the woman, I'm telling you, if he truly loves you. And then, ladies, reading that, see, I'm on my soapbox now. I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be. But if he's hitting you,
Now,
stuff need to be
if he's
heard.
choking you, did you already say this, Reading?
What?
If he's mistreating you, if he's fussing at you, if he's fussing and cussing and demanding things of you and trying to run your life now, and you haven't made any vows, baby, you better run, as Elder Coffee said, like a
Run.
scalded rat.
I'm trying to
You
tell
better
you.
get
Run.
out of there, because if they do it and then you commit to them, and then people don't realize now, okay, for real people, it's 2 minutes after, 3 minutes after now. People don't realize now, when you cohabitate and you stay with that man or that woman 6 months,
You out.
baby, you might as well face it. You are married. You
You married.
understand? You are married. If you have bills in your name together, you are married. So
Uh-huh.
hey, if you're in a situation like that, then they're not, if only they can only walk off if you let them walk off clear and free. But baby, they have to get a divorce.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen. Yep.
So do those vows. Do those. There are ways to do things, and I'm not going into that because it's almost 4 minutes after. But really, I enjoyed you, and I apologize
God.
for having to get up. But I'm waiting on this package to come today. But that was a man called Big Bubba or somebody out there. He's exterminating service. And you know, when you tell the people, well, I'm okay, I don't need it, then they want to ask you, well, why? Do you have somebody? What, and stuff like that. And I just said, I'm okay, like that. And he's like, and he looked at me like, and then he said, he walked on off,
Yeah.
Now if I tell you I don't need you,
I don't need you.
Yep. That's it. Bye bye.
That's
That's
it.
it.
bye bye.
That's it.
Yeah. But anyway, it's been wonderful reading. I go
Hey,
back and watch these. I
okay.
go back and watch them, and I'm going back and watch it, but I enjoyed it so much, so much. And I went back and watched last Thursdays, and I was laughing and enjoying it all. I watched it, I think, twice. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. Gail, it's so good to see you. Ruby, it's so good to see you. Aunt Shirley loves you. And everybody, enjoy your day, and let us hear from you. Everybody, you see Gail, she's waving.
Yeah.
And she was our audience today. We enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. But people remember that a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And you don't have to give your body to a person for them to accept you. If
Amen.
they love you, if they want you, even if they don't love you and they're attracted to you, then they will commit to you. They will say those matrimonial vows with you before God, and they will commit to you.
Hello.
Right.
Okay? So you
Amen.
don't have to take any wooden nickels.
Oh,
Nope.
wouldn't it?
And then, if anything is going on within your family, if you're being molested, if you're being beat on, if you've been mistreated, you've been verbally abused, and all of that, tell somebody that you know can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you're young and you're watching this and you feel like you have no way out, we are praying for you. We are praying with you that God will make a way for you to be rescued. And then the perpetrator, the aggressor, whatever it is, that God will deal with him or her too, because there's so much hurt in this world. So much hurt in this world. But okay, I'm done. Okay. Whew.
Oh, 2 more minutes.
I love y'all. I love you. I
I
love you. I love you. Yolanda, thank you so much for being with us. And thank you so much. Yolanda said, good afternoon, Reedy. Did you see?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. We love you. And okay, Reedy, we'll talk later.
Okay,
Bye bye.
later.
See you, Gail. See you, Ruby. Okay. Talk with you later.